Let's get one thing straight. Posting on social media is not marketing. It's an activity for sure, but it is not marketing. And photographers are notoriously getting the two confused. I see it all the time. Photographers post a picture, they write a beautiful caption, and then they're like, okay, I'll just wait for the algorithm gods to like me. And it doesn't. And then you instantly blame the algorithm. And yet you did what you did and don't want to take any blame for it. I know it's really hard to say, but you are ultimately responsible. So today we're literally going to talk about the difference between posting and marketing and how to build a strategy that works for your business, okay? Because I see so many people on there going, oh, I posted, but it didn't commute and I didn't get anything from it. Okay, let's talk about why and let's get you educated so you're not making these mistakes. Now, before anyone panics, of course your social media is important. TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, everything is important and it will eventually get you clients and it can get you clients, but it's how you use it. You have to stop using social media as some sort of digital album and thinking somehow if they see your portfolio, they'll be like, oh my God, that's who we need to book. Yeah, I genuinely don't know where it came about that if you post lots, that'll get you lots of work. There seems to be this sort of somewhere along the line, people go, oh, you have to post every day, you have to do this. That's how you get clients. That is not the whole answer or even some of the answer. It's like a partial answer. It's like saying, oh yeah, how do I make a cake? Yeah, add some eggs. To what? Add some eggs. To what? Yeah, it's not the whole thing. Okay, you need to know the whole thing. I think one of the biggest mistakes people make is that they treat their clients like they're photographers. They think if they post pretty pictures, talk about the settings, they're going to get clients in. They're not. Clients don't think like that. Clients are not looking at your work going, that's a beautiful lighting ratio. That's When people look at your work, they're saying, can I trust them? Do they make me feel comfortable? Do I want to shoot them? Does my money seem well spent? How much are they? Is it affordable to me? These are questions that you could answer in your marketing and how you present yourself. So yeah, posting pretty pictures is nice if you're just trying to get other photographers to look at your work, but if you want clients, you've got to post with a purpose. And I spoke about this all in the recent video, so go have a look at this other video that I did before this one. It might help you, but I wanted to do a more in-depth one for you. Posting is what photographers do when they want to feel productive. Marketing is what photographers do when they want to make a business out of this. Let me break this down to you really clearly, and I hope you understand it. Posting looks like random pictures, no call to action, a caption that's wishy-washy. There's no strategy. You're like, oh, I'm just going to post this wedding shot, and then I'm going to do a headshot, and then I'm going to post this one. It doesn't have a reason or a purpose, okay? And in the first video, I spoke about content pillars, so that goes into this. But when you talk about marketing, it's a whole different thing. Marketing looks like you're educating clients, showing experience to those clients or potential clients. You're building trust with those clients. You're removing any objections they might have as to why they wouldn't book you. Like, oh, I don't know if we're a good fit. I don't like the person. You're removing that because you're showing them. And that is a huge difference. Like posting a picture is cute and all, and you should still do them if you really feel it. But for me, in the last couple of months, which you might have seen on my social media, I've been very different in how I approach my social media particularly. And I've seen a massive uptake in bookings from, I think there's gonna be a lot of hurt photographers when I say this. A good photographer does not make you a good working photographer, and posting pretty pictures does not make you booked and busy. It really doesn't. There are thousands of talented photographers out there who are literally struggling to get bookings in for many reasons, but mostly I have seen when I've looked, and some of the people I've mentored have all sort of had the same problem. They are posting without a reason to post, other than the fact that they haven't posted in ages, so they feel like they have to post. That in itself is a problem. You're rushing without thinking about why you're posting. And we know that the whole social media is drowning in pretty work and you're just getting lost. But what we want is work that converts to get us sales, because ultimately, to be able to keep doing this job, we need to earn money from this job. Yes, clients aren't out there going, oh my God, who's the most amazing photographer? They're like, okay, who's a good photographer that I feel safe with, that has trusted, who's got good reviews, who shows work? They're asking these questions, and it's those photographers that can answer those that are getting booked. It's no more about having talent. It's a little bit more, and I know that's a bitter pill to swallow for some. There is a trust gap between photographers and their clients. I feel like we only show the edited picture and not the process, and it's the process that builds our clients' trust. I think for a while there was a trend on social media where you go tap to edit, and people would tap and the photo would be edited. The problem there lies in the fact that we've kind of removed everything that would go into that editing marketing, but also we're not showing the client how nice it is to book with us, what we're like to work with, what it's like in the studio, how we relax people, how we make people feel comfortable. We don't talk about what happens before, after, and our, a shoot. We don't express that to that client. So in all, we're posting these pretty pictures, we're missing out a very big bit for them, because people are going to part with money. They want to know what the process is and what it involves so they can feel comfortable with coming in for a photo shoot. People buy reassurance. So when you put your content up, you need to think, hey, is this what I'm doing? Am I building trust with them? Again, referring back to the first video I did where I was talking about the content pillars. And it's those content pillars you need to keep in your mind, okay? So if you haven't already watched that video, this is a good time to pause this one and go back and watch it. I'll put it again up here somewhere. Please go watch that one because it talks great about content pillars and what you're doing. But this is like the next step. And again, I'm talking about these content pillars, and this is where they come in. Authority, personality, trust, and conversion. You need to think about those pillars every time you're posting. It doesn't have to apply to every single post, but you still need to have them in your mind when you are posting, okay? Because I'll be honest, you need to get particularly the conversion is where you're going to get those sales in. They're all going to build up to the sales, but you want to get those bookings in. And if all you're posting is pretty pictures, you're not going to close a deal. You're not going to get sales in. You get a few people maybe inquiring, but if they don't know what you're like it's just not gonna happen. Before you come me, I haven't got time to record BTS, I can't do behind the scenes. You can, even if it's just you, you might, I do it all the time. I have a picture of my client and I make time for it to happen. Why? Because I know it's important. My marketing is important. Allow time in the day for this. You are not too busy, I would say, to spend 5 minutes just doing a little video, have it set up. I'm lucky that I have the DJI Pocket 3, the one I'm recording on now, but you can have it on your phone, do a little clip, as long as your client's comfortable with it, and use that as a BTS. That can give you such clarity and help you, right? So don't, let's get in close on this one. I am done with people saying, I don't have time for marketing on social media. That is your marketing. That is what you have to do. You have a business. If you can't, outsource it, but don't neglect it, okay? Because the shopping industry has changed. How people buy has changed. It used to be that it was 7 steps of touch or 7 touches before people buy. It's now about 21 according to the market research, okay? So you're out there fighting with all these other people doing the same. You need to make sure you are doing your bit, at least give yourself a fair shot at this to get those clients. Here's a bit photographers hate. Algorithm hates me. I've been shadow banned. Shut up. Just shut up. The algorithm doesn't hate you. It doesn't understand you because you're not consistent. It has no idea who you appeal to because nobody's looking at your work, because you're not very clear about who you're directing it to. Also, you've got to remember, each platform has a different kind of interaction it's chasing. So Instagram favors watch time, interaction, saves and shares. That's its thing. It's not how proud you are of an image. That's what it wants. So it needs content that adheres to what it's doing. So you can't just put the same content up everywhere. TikTok doesn't want highly slick images. It wants stuff recorded on your phone. Facebook likes landscape images if you're posting onto the web, but then also they like it on a certain style if you're using it with your mobile phone. LinkedIn doesn't need your latte art out with your nana having a picture. They want to know how that works to your business. It wants to have the very business mind frame. It's all of these different platforms are vastly different. And when people say the algorithm hates me, I'm shadow banned. Newsflash, you're not shadow banned. Your work just does not hit your prospective person anymore. For example, I see content creators constantly saying, oh, can you click and like on this one because I think I'm shadow banned. So everyone jumps on and clicks on likes on their latest post and then it drops again. Why? Because you're not creating content that inspires a natural organic reaction from your followers. Instead, you're now having to beg them instead of going, okay, that didn't work. Why did that not hit as well as the others? I don't know, maybe you're stagnated. Maybe people are bored of what they're seeing from you. Maybe they need something else. I've been proactively doing reels so that I can get new eyes on my content, and I'm seeing it. I grew 400 followers in a couple of days extra. It's not a lot of work. It was a bit of fun, a bit of banter with me and my mates, and it's working, and I'm seeing that. What's more important is that I'm targeting the right people for what I want. I'm not doing trends where I'm dancing and stuff. It's very photography specific, and it's appealing to those people. Clever marketing. Doing the pillars that I know I've got to do. I am each time looking at each of the platforms going, what is the main purpose of this platform? What do they like? And working that content to fit that platform, not assuming that one piece of content fits everybody. Instead of asking, why did this post not hit? Why do people not like it? Ask, what was this post meant to do? And then if it didn't do it, why didn't it do it? If it's meant to build trust, educate someone, start a conversation, and it hasn't, there must be something you've not done, and have a look at it and keep looking at what was popular and what wasn't popular. And remember to look back at your analytics. So many few people, those analytics are free for you to look at. Why are you not checking them? So many people don't check, and it's always made me feel a bit weird when people don't check. If you've posted something that isn't about your 4 content pillars, then it's fine if it doesn't hit. It's not meant to hit. It's not for anything in particular, but it might be why people aren't interacting with you, because they just see yet another pretty picture. You have to make time. Posting daily is not a strategy. Pretty work does not guarantee bookings, and engagement isn't a form of income, and the algorithm isn't your business partner or your mum or your bully. You need to review each time you do your work and look at it and go, what worked and what didn't work? Why didn't it work? Because I'll be honest, once you start treating your social media use as part of your business, you might see an increase in bookings and people inquiring with you. Right now, I see photographers using it as a vanity project. Oh, I went viral with this. Yeah, okay, but what was the end result? Was it you go viral because it was a pretty picture, or did you go viral and got bookings from it? Like, genuinely, did you get bookings? We don't seem to care about that. We're all chasing virality. And as we know, and I spoke about this in the first video, virality is not a great thing to always chase, because you can climb really high really quickly, and then when you don't hit those same dizzy heights with the follow-up video and you drop, that's a long drop down, and it tells the algorithm you're not that great, and so it won't push you as far on the second video and the third, and then you go back to go, the name is shadow banned. No, you just didn't create content that was good enough to engage with all the people like you previously did. If all you're doing is posting pretty pictures, you are leaving potential bookings on the table and allowing your competitors to get them. You need to really rethink how you run your marketing strategy, and I mean it. And in the next video, we might even be talking about that. But I hope this helps. This is a great time to like, subscribe, chat to me what your pitfalls are, what are you struggling with, and I shall see you all. This is going to come out the weekend before the photo and video show, where I will be talking about social media there as well, and on the stand. So please, please, please come and find me. But if I don't catch you and you watch this after that, have a great time wherever you're doing this weekend.